Hi everybody, it's Dal here, and if you're new to our channel, welcome, and we hope that you would subscribe to our channel. So I'm here with a different video today, and today I'm just gonna talk about my testimony on how God delivered me from depression, and how I used to cut myself, and I had really bad depression. So I'm just gonna start off from the beginning on how it all started. Actually, I don't know when it really started. Okay, yes, I do. It actually all started really in 9th grade. I'm not gonna go into detail, but I did have a lot of family issues going on at home. And I actually was doing really bad in school too. In 9th grade I had 1 C that was in English, which that's still my favorite subject, but all my other grades I had N's. I would ditch class, I wouldn't pay attention, I would be very rude to my teachers, and I was just taking my anger and my sadness out on others that didn't deserve it. So it was just, I had a lot of family issues going on and a lot of problems with myself. I did not have a relationship with God at that time, and that's really, that really made an impact on how I was. So I started smoking and drinking, and then eventually I started cutting myself. The reason why I just felt like I wasn't getting really, I guess, the attention I needed, I suppose you can say, and that's what really made me start cutting myself. Really, I was doing it for attention at first, and then it became something that was a habit. And a lot of people don't believe in spiritual things, but it really is a spirit. And after I cut myself the first time, everything else even if it was like something really small, I would want to cut myself. And it just became a habit. And what I would do is I would actually break up razors, and like the razors that you shave with, I would break up the razors, and then I would take the blade out, and that's how I would cut myself. I would harm myself. I still have the scars. I don't know if you guys can really see it. I don't know if you can really see it, but then I would go to therapy, and then eventually also I had anxiety at that time too, which I'll probably make another video on that. But I also was having anxiety, which made me even more depressed. I would wake up in the morning and I would dread waking up. I used to have bad nightmares like every night. My stepmom, she wouldn't trust me in the bathroom, and when I would go to therapy, I would just say over and over, I want to be normal. I just want to be normal. There was times I was in school and I would have anxiety, and I would just leave out class because I didn't want, and one time I just started crying in the middle of class. And depression is a really strong thing. Like, it just takes all the joy. You have no joy. You feel like you have no purpose in life. You feel like, what are you living for? And that's how I felt like. I'm like, why am I living? I have no purpose. I had a lot of insecurities, and yeah, I just really did not want to live. And I actually got saved at the age of 15. So this was going into I think it was going into 10th grade year, and I've been saved for, it's going on 5 years now, and I haven't cut myself since then. Since the beginning of my salvation, that's when I stopped cutting myself. I actually felt like I cut too deep, and I got really scared, and I asked God, I'm like, God, please help me to get rid of this. It was so strong, you guys. Like, I can't really explain it. Like, I could feel it on the outside, like a pressure over me. And I remember one time I tried to get over it. This was in the beginning of my salvation, and I think somebody frustrated me, and I was really mad, and I felt the urge to cut myself. But I'm like, okay, I want to change. I'm saved now. I know this is not what God wants for me. And the enemy, all he wants to do is to kill, steal, and destroy. That is his job. And at that time, okay, so somebody made me really frustrated, and so as I told you guys before, I used to break up the razors and cut myself. And at this time, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And then in my head, I'm like, well, I don't have any razors or anything. And then, you guys, seriously, I heard a voice in my head say, just use scissors. And I know that was the devil. And I'm like, God, no, please help me. Please help me. I really don't want to do this anymore. And God gave me the strength in that time, in that moment, when I asked him, and it went away. And then, I don't know, I can't really pinpoint the time that I stopped feeling depression, but it was just a process. And I just thank God, because his word kept me, and prayer and fasting, like, that got rid of that heavy spirit. It was easy for me to let go of smoking and drinking and partying, but when it came to cutting myself, that was a struggle, because depression, like I said before, it is such a strong thing, and a lot of people have it. A lot of people don't know how to deal with it. A lot of people are trying to deal with it on their own, by themselves. But my suggestion to you is to try God and to allow him into your heart, so that really, my suggestion to you is to let God. Can you please?
Hello?
My suggestion to you is to let God into your heart. Let God take those things out of you, because a lot of things lead to depression. It could be family issues. It could be your insecurities. It could be a lot of things. It could be bullying, or people bullying you. Cutting myself was only a temporary thing. Smoking and drinking and trying to fill that empty void, that void inside of me, it was just temporary. And because once I cut myself and I'm done, that pain is still there. Once you drink afterwards, that pain is still there. After you smoke, that pain is still there. But when you give yourself to God, and when you allow him to take those things out of you and heal and mend that brokenness and heal those open wounds, that's when he can put in that everlasting joy, that overflowing joy where it's never ending. I'm not saying that when you get saved, all your problems are over and everything is good. No. You're going to have issues. You're going to have problems. Even if Jesus himself had issues around him with the people, crucifying him and persecuting him. I'm not saying that your problems will end, but what I'm telling you is you don't have to you won't feel empty. God filled me with joy and with peace. I no longer, and I would still feel anxiety even when I got saved. But when I had that anxiety when I was in the world, I would try to go to people, try to hold on to things, and try to hold on to social media. But God allowed the anxiety to stay there until I depended and trusted on him. God showed me a vision before of a puppy. It was a scared puppy, and every time you try to put your hand towards that puppy, it was scared. And then he showed me also the puppy in a different way, running to that hand. So it's like an example of I don't know if it's abandoned or it used to be a stray puppy, and they got abused and misused and mistreated, and then they go to an owner that truly has intentions to heal that puppy, and that owner knows what that puppy went through, and it's just gonna take some time for the puppy to heal and to grow to trust that owner again. And I used to be when I was in the world, I belonged to the enemy. And now I belong to God, and He allowed, I still had that in me. I was scared and nervous, but God is bringing me to a point where I can trust Him fully and completely, and to know that I no longer have to fear anymore. I no longer have to, be afraid, but I can trust in Him. And so, like I said before, when you get saved, all your problems aren't just like over like that. Sometimes God will keep something there so that, not to punish you, but so that you can be healed. Just like if you get a cut or a really bad cut, it's not just gonna heal like that. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take for you to put maybe some ointment on it, put a bandage on it to actually take care of it, wash it, make sure that it's okay, and then eventually it'll be closed. And like I told you guys before, I don't know if you guys really can see it, but I still have those scars, but I no longer, and when I look at these scars, when I'm going through something, I can look down at these scars and remember where God brought me from. I thank God that I no longer have, it's just amazing, you guys. I don't know how to explain it, but God is so good. He is truly a deliverer. I know a lot of people don't believe in that, but when I used to go to the therapy, I'm not saying that, hats off to therapists, because they actually do help in a way, but God truly knew those areas that needed to be touched and healed for me to, get back to get to a state of joy and peace. I used to have restless nights, times where I couldn't even really go to sleep. Man, it's just amazing where God brought me from. I have so many witnesses, and I actually still have the paper where I used to have to I used to log my emotions and how I felt that day from 1 to 10, and if I cut myself, I still have the papers. And when I look at those papers, it's just a testimony of where God brought me from. And I just want to encourage somebody out there that may be going through depression, that God is able to deliver you. He did it for me, and He can do it for you. You may not know how to handle depression. You may not. You feel like you just want to throw in the towel. I wanted to die. I did not want to live anymore. I felt like I had no purpose. God showed me my purpose. He gave me life. He gave me joy. He gave me peace. And this is coming from somebody that I actually went through it. And I'm truly happy that I'm still here in the land of the living. I couldn't be saying this like 5 years ago. It's just amazing. It's just mind blowing that I'm still here to tell you guys that God can deliver you too. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to link some scriptures down below that will help and encourage you if you're going through any depression. Feel free. I have my email down below. I'll have all my social media down below. And if you want to inbox me, if you need any advice, I'm here. You can talk to me. I just thank God for deliverance. Like I'm lost for words. I can't really explain what He's done for me. And you're still going to have issues. You're still going to have problems in this life. But God teaches you how to handle it in a different way, how to approach those issues. It's okay to cry. It's still okay to cry. But cry out to God this time. Don't reach out to temporary pleasures, a temporary thing that's not going to help. Taking your life is not going to help anything. It's not. God has a purpose and a plan for you. And like I'm telling you right now, you can go off, and once God delivers you from that depression, you can go and tell somebody else. You can go and reach out to somebody else and let them know, hey, I've been through this too. And you guys, this is just a short video. I just really wanted to encourage somebody. I don't want to sit down on my testimony. I don't want to just go on about my life because God gave me joy and peace and just not tell somebody, because I know there's a lot of you out there that may be going through depression right now. And I want to encourage you, do put the blade down, put the gun down, put those pills down, and try God. And I'm telling you guys, the enemy, he is real. He spoke to me on that day, and I heard him loud and clear, and he wanted to take me out. And that's all the enemy wants to do. God has a purpose for you. He has a plan for you. You just don't know what it is yet. But if you allow God into your life, I promise you, you would not regret it. Get on your knees, build up a relationship with God, and he will show you amazing things. He will show you your purpose. You may feel like you have no purpose right now. You may feel a lot of insecurities, but remember, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. In this society, you have to look a certain way, be a certain way to fit in. But God wants you to stand out. He wants you to be set apart, holy, and sacred. And God changed me in so many ways, you guys. Like, he changed me in so many ways. I used to take depression pills, and it didn't change anything. It just made me feel dead. It just made me feel like a zombie. I don't know how to explain it. But this is my testimony, you guys. And sorry, I say you guys a lot. You're gonna hear it a lot in my videos. But I encourage, if you watch this video, I encourage you to share this with somebody that you may know who is battling with depression, that may be going through right now. I want to encourage you. And as I said before, I'm going to put some scriptures down below. And I thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I'm going to have so many more testimonies of where God brought me from. And I really hope this encouraged you. Even if you haven't went through the depression, God is able to deliver you from anything that you've gone through. And I'm going to do another video on how God delivered me from anxiety. That was a really strong thing that I've dealt with as well. And yeah, so God bless you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, if you are new to this channel, welcome. And we do ask that we, as in I'm down, Sal is not in here, but we do ask if you subscribe to our channel, show us some love, share this video. God bless, and I thank you guys so much. Bye.